Welcome back. My name is Sarah. I am a licensed clinical social worker at CAPS, and today we're going to make a macrame plant holder, macrame hanging plant holder. You get the idea. For this project, you can use the t-shirt yarn that we made in the last video here. If you haven't watched that, you can go back and watch that now and then make this. And you just need that and a pair of scissors. If you don't have that yarn, you can use any type of thick cord or yarn, or ideally like macrame cord. But again, if you don't have that, if all you have is the t-shirt yarn and a pair of scissors, that's all you need. So let's get started. Okay, so this is just to show you the materials. Again, cord or yarn, scissors. Those are the main things that you need. Beads are optional. If you have beads, awesome, we can use them. And then you'll see here I have these D-shaped rings. Those are also optional. You don't need a ring. But if you have something like this, great. I'll show you how to use that. Or if you have like a ring off of a keychain, that's another alternate object that you can use. Start by cutting 4 pieces of string or yarn that are each 6 feet long. You're going to fold them over right at the 3-foot point. Gather them together into one bunch. If you're using the ring here, go ahead and feed the top part through the ring and pull through to make a knot. So go ahead and fold that over and then pull it through to make a knot. If you're not using the ring, that's fine. Go ahead and make a simple knot at the top here. Now lay out your project with the knot or the ring on top and section off into 4 groups of 2 strings each, and lay them out like this. So starting 12 inches down from that initial knot, you're going to make your first knot between 2 of the strings. I don't know knot names, but it's a really simple, just fold one string over the other and then fold it again so that you're double knotting it. So here's the first one, and then the second, and then you'll pull it tight so that it makes a nice tight knot 12 inches down from the initial knot. Now you're going to go with the other 3 pairs of strings and knot those together 12 inches down from the top, and it should look like this. This is the part that gets a little tricky, so I'm going to do my best to explain it. But the easiest way to do this is to lay out your string or your yarn exactly like I have it laid out here. So as you can see, there's the 4 places where you did the knots. And then the sort of strings that are like offshoots of those knots are sort of touching each other now. So it's like they had their little pairs and now they've kind of branched off and they have new little matches. Measure 4 inches down from the knots that you just made, and you're going to make new knots with the new pairs. So it's the same process as before. Fold over once, fold over again, and then pull tight. And then you're going to do that for the other 2 pairs that you have in front of you. So when you're done, it should look like this. And if yours doesn't look exactly like this, that's okay. I'm going to show you how to do this one more time, so you'll have another chance to kind of follow along. But if you're still with me, that's great. Now you're going to take the string that, if you're looking at the screen, is on the far left of the screen and match it with the string that's on the far right of the screen. And bring those 2 strings together. And again, 4 inches down from the initial knot, you're going to make that second knot. So double knot that. And then your project should basically look like this. So the last step is a final knot that we're going to make. And again, this is about 3 to 4 inches, depending on how much room you have left. Below the final knots that you just made, you're going to make one big knot to hold the whole thing together. So again, it's a very simple knot. Just fold it over, pull it through, and then pull tight. And if you're like me, somehow the strings at the very bottom of this are all different lengths. So you can give it a little haircut here so that they're all the same length. And then final step, hang it up and go ahead and place a plant inside. And that's what that looks like. Now, if yours didn't turn out looking like this, or if you're having trouble, that's okay. I'm going to show you one more time how to do this. And this time I'm going to use a ring, the D-shaped rings that I was showing you, and I'm also going to use beads. We start the same as before with 4 strands that are each 6 feet long, folded over right at that 3-foot mark. And then for the ring, you're going to pull those loops through at the top, fold that over, and then pull through to make that nice strong knot there. Here's where your beads would come in. So I like to just do 1 bead for each strand. So go ahead and thread those through. It should look something like this. And now the same process as before. So you should have 4 pairs of 2 strings each, and then measure 12 inches down from the top of that ring. Double knot each of the pairs about 12 inches down. And once you do that, it should look like this. And then you're going to make new pairs off the little offshoots there. So measure 4 inches down and make new knots. And then you're going to take the edge pieces, so the piece of string on the far left, the piece of string on the far right, join those 2 together, 4 inches down, and that's what it should look like when you're finished. Again, this is what it all looks like laying there. You're going to tie up the ends to make sure that the plant doesn't fall through. So pull that through and then pull that tight to make a knot. And then if you're like me, give it a little haircut. So this is what it looks like with the ring hanging and then the beads on the top. So it looks a little bit different than the other one. Again, this is me putting that plant in there. And there it is, sitting happily in its little hanger. I hope you enjoyed this project. Here's what the 2 options look like side by side. So hopefully that was fun and you were able to follow along. And hopefully it was just a fun way to kind of express your creative side. I hope you have some great plants to put inside of those hangers. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.